When you reach for another layer, it's time to start making plans for your calf care this winter. Here are some tips for feeding and comfort.
We want to make sure we give enough nutrients, enough energy and calories to those calves so they can maintain their core body temperature during those cold, frigid days. And then from an environmental perspective, we want to give them the tools so that they can combat the cold and be able to use that energy instead of trying to maintain body temperature to use towards growth and supporting the immune system.
Are there things that we may consider adding into their ration that we're not feeding in the summer? Do you have any suggestions?
Well, when it comes to nutrition, we really just want to increase the calories or the energy because the thermoneutral zone for a calf, the lower critical unit is 50 degrees for a newborn calf and 32 degrees for a 1 month old calf. And what that means is below those temperature, the calf starts using the energy or the calories from its nutrition to start maintaining its core body temperature. So to help combat the use of extra energy, we have to give extra energy. And we can do that in a variety of ways, including increasing the milk volume at the actual feeding, or increasing volume through feeding multiple times a day, even 3 or 4 times a day, or extending that third feeding closer to the nighttime, cold winter nights when it gets really cold and they can use that energy. We can increase the fat content or supplement with fat to help boost a little bit of energy on those really cold days, or we can increase the amount of powder or milk replacer in the liquid volume form. So they're still getting the same amount of volume, but there's more content to it inside that milk replacer. But when we do that, there are some concerns that, when we do add milk replacer or more powder or solids, we don't want to extend 12.5% because then we get some digestive issues.
Is it prudent to be making sure our bedding is especially dry? Should we try a blanket?
Right. So when it comes to bedding, we want ample, clean, dry bedding. So bedding provides a nice barrier to the cold ground, especially in our hutches, but it also provides a barrier from the urine and some of the liquids to soak through. So it helps keep that calf dry. So the newborn calves, we tend to have heat lamps mainly to help keep them dry. They're born with about 1.5 pounds of body fat. So that can be depleted in about 18 hours if we don't get nutrition or energy into that calf. Blankets are another great safeguard, can serve as a windbreak, or as you think drafts in the wintertime can dissipate heat from the body of the calf as well. And then the first, when they're on milk, blankets are great as another add-on, but don't add them too early in the season because they can cause the calf to sweat, which then moisture against the skin again to dissipate heat. So keeping a task on monitoring those calves with those blankets on, making sure they're not getting too tight and they're not damp underneath.
And when it comes to ventilation, it might be tempting on those really cold days to move our calves to a corner of our barn that's not being used. We still do need to make sure that they're getting proper ventilation.
We talk about ventilation versus circulation. So circulation is where air just moves inside the building if we have one of those indoor calf barns, but ventilation brings in fresh air. We want to bring it at a rate that does not cause draft on those calves, which again dissipates more body heat. And when you think about draft, if you can feel the air on your cheek, that's too much draft for your young calves. And we have also seen good ventilation is crucial to the immune system. As they saw in the research, when calves didn't have good ventilation, pneumonia increased in those calves, which then means decreased growth and more energy trying to support that immune system.
What about those outdoor calf hutches? What do we need to keep in mind there? Because sometimes in Wisconsin winter, I can feel the breeze on my cheek.
Right. And the beauty of the calf hutches is that the calf gets to choose their environment, whether they're inside or they're outside. So as long as we have good bedding for those calves, they'll hunker down inside and nestle down to keep warm. And maybe on a 32 or a 20-degree day where it's nice and calm, they may be out soaking in the sun because that sun provides a lot of heat. So hutches are they're still the gold standard. Not friendly to humans when we do labor early mornings or nights when it's really cold, but they do provide the perfect environment for the calf. And then on those really cold days where we know a blustery winter storm's coming through, we may want to cover the front of the hutches, not to impede airflow, but enough to stop the draft or the wind from coming in and the snow blowing into those calves.